Killer whales are not actually whales or killers of whales. They're dolphins, and now we have the first ever documented instance of dolphins eating whales. And not just any whales, blue whales, the largest animal to have ever existed on the planet. In a new paper, researchers have documented 3 separate instances of killer whales killing blue whales, putting an end to a long debate among marine biologists about whether killer whales attack and kill blue whales or not. In this video, we'll look at these huge animals, what these unprecedented sightings show, and how these killings occurred. I'm Sandhya Ramesh, and this is Pure Science. Most of us love ourselves a good killer whale. They're very cute to look at, and many of us who grew up in the 90s do have fond memories of Free Willy. Killer whales are actually dolphins despite their name, and Americans also call them orcas. The killer whale is the largest dolphin and is found in all of the world's oceanic waters. The animal is highly intelligent and also highly social. Killer whales range in size from about 5 to 8 meters, and they weigh anywhere from 3,000 to 6,000 kilos. They are apex predators and are on top of the food chain and do not have any natural predator. Killer whales live in large groups called pods headed by older females, just like elephants, and have some of the most complex social structures in the animal kingdom after humans. They use highly skilled communication and very advanced hunting techniques. They are considered to be highly intelligent and have the second largest brain among marine mammals in proportion to their body size. In captivity, they can be trained very well, and in the wild, they train their own. Adult killer whales teach hunting techniques to their young ones who observe and imitate the adults. This comes in handy because calves learn skills by visibly imitating adults. Blue whales are even bigger and heavier. They are the biggest and the heaviest. They can go anywhere up to 30 meters and weigh nearly 200,000 kilos per individual. They are filter feeders. They have baleen, so they take large gulps of water and their baleen filters their food for them. They're not as social, and they're in fact mostly solitary except for mother-calf pairs. Blue whales are endangered because they have been the victim of whaling over centuries and have been overhunted. There are 9 subspecies among blue whales, and these are differentiated by their pattern and frequency of acoustic signals as well as the ocean habitats that they inhabit. Both these groups of animals, blue whales and killer whales, inhabit same waters, but we haven't really directly observed much hostile interaction between them or predation until now. So what happened in these 3 instances that are described in the research paper? In March of 2019, marine biologists off the Australian coast saw something that they've never seen before. A group of killer whales had surrounded an individual blue whale and was attacking it. This group had more than 12 individual killer whales, and they were slowly chipping away at the whale bit by bit, tearing apart its flesh. They did this for over an hour, and finally the whale was dead. Once it died, many more killer whales turned up to feast on the carcass. This event was so spectacular, so unique, and so massive in scale that one of the authors has said repeatedly that this was likely the biggest predation event on the planet, at least since the dinosaurs. This blue whale was not as large as a giant adult whale. It was slightly smaller, so it was likely a calf or a juvenile. And this was observed off a place called Bremer's Bay, where the cold water from deep layers of water rise up due to the shape of the seafloor. So this rising cold water brings in a variety of nutrients, and this in turn supports a diversity of life. Every year, killer whales come here to this location pretty precisely and regularly and feast on nearly everything in these waters. The next predation incident was observed just a month later in April of 2019, and the third one in March of 2021. The whales that were killed in these three attacks were a juvenile, a calf, and the third attack involved a fully healthy adult that was over 20 meters in length. A killer whale is less than half that size. Going by the size of the whales, the researchers deduced that the subspecies of the blue whale was pygmy blue whales, which can grow up to 25 meters in length. There have long been anecdotal stories about killer whales killing whales, but we've never observed one directly and documented it. At least marine biologists and scientists have not. Most stories have been from regular folk who are out at sea, like fisher folk or whalers who approach whales. There was a drone footage from 2017 that showed a group of killer whales attacking a blue whale, but the whale did not die. And this was the closest we had come to documenting killer whales attacking blue whales. Many biologists think that killer whales kill everything and likely also used to kill blue whales, but due to whaling and the drastic drop in blue whale population, killer whales started finding alternate large food sources. And it does seem that we just hadn't observed anything. It turns out that killer whales do in fact kill blue whales. And if these group of biologists are correct, it may also point to the whale population recovering as killer whales reclaim their ancient prey in the waters.